Hey, what's going on, guys? Kieran from Fingers Crossed, and today I'm going to share with you my Buster Blader deck. I recently just played it in Bulgaria when I was away there with my girlfriend. Managed to get into a store. No, I'm not Bulgarian, but my girlfriend is Bulgarian, so that's why I was playing there. I don't actually play this build anymore. It's a little bit bricky. It's not. And I swapped to the trap version. If you guys want to see the trap version, then let me know down in the comments, or get like 50 likes on this, and then I'll show you the trap version. I just played the trap version last Thursday, and I got X and 1 on a 5 tournament. I finished like in the top 4, I believe. So I got top out of 25 players. So, but this one, it was like 16 players. I finished X and 1. So four rounds X and 1, so that's still pretty good with this. So yeah, so I'll run through it. Matchups, I played mostly Rogue. I actually only saw like one virtual world player there. Didn't play against him mostly it was just like Rogue matchups. So, and I feel like this does really well against Rogue matchups mostly. But yeah. So, we play the 2 Buster Blader. It's actually quite important. And 2 Buster the Blader, the Destruction Sword Master. So, you want to see at least one of these in your hand. If you have to search for it, you can search this. This is the only reason why this is in here. But yeah, so that's in here for if you need to search. But 4 is important because you want to see 1 in your opening hand. Then we have 3 Buster Whelp. So we've got the 3 Whelp. Whelp is obviously like your starter. You're going to normal summon it and search for whatever you need. Usually in the trap version you search for your prologue and then you set your prologue. But in this you just search whatever missing piece that you don't have. So if you have prologue in your hand, you're going to normal summon this and then search for this, because this is the combo version where you make the lock turn 1. If you guys are interested in seeing how to do that, then again, let me know down in the comment section. Leave enough likes, get this video to a decent amount of views, and then I'll do that for you guys so that I know that you actually want to see it. Yeah, so 3 of those. On to our level 1s. So we play 2 Adara and we play 2 Comfit. So again, you just want to have one of these to search. You just want to get to 1 level 1 realistically, because I play Where Art Thou, so we've got loads of ways to get to this. Like special summon one of these, use your Where Art Thou, normal summon this, and then you're ready to start your party. Yeah, both are super useful, both are good. Yeah, I would play Souls, but I don't have Souls, and I really feel like he's going to get a reprint this year, so that's why I haven't paid for the money for Souls, because I think it will get reprinted. So those for now. Then moving on, that's it for like most of those monsters. I do play 3 Ecclesia. So obviously the Dogmatika engine is absolutely broken. It's so good, it's so strong. I recently just acquired myself a Schism as well, so I'm playing that part of it now. The reason I played 3 Ecclesia, not just the 1, was because I only had 2 Nadir Servant when I played this tournament. Now I have the 3. But 3 Ecclesia, search for your punishment, search for your Fleur if you want to go for the OTK. Speaking of, play 2 Fleurs, and I play 1 Maximus. So recently someone told me that Maximus is maybe not the best because it helps out other people. It did help me out a couple of times. It's really good, and a lot of people can't beat over the 3k, which I found, which was quite decent. But Fleur is just really good for OTKs, and it helped me out a Dragoon a couple of times. Then for hand traps, we play 3 Ash Blossom, and we play 2 Droll and Lockbird. So I was expecting to play a lot of Drytron. To be honest, I thought I was going to play a lot of Drytron because obviously I built this deck and took it just before, like quite a bit before the ban list. I played like end of February, beginning of March, so quite a while ago now. It took me ages to remember what I put in the deck. And also the reason why I chose Drawn Lockbird as the other is because it's a level 1. So there were times where I normaled this, special summon, used my Whereafter, searched for Adara, normal summoned Adara, and then went for my plays like May Verte or something like that. So that actually helped me out in certain cases. But yeah, obviously that is not in there anymore. Ash is obviously just a generic, it's just basic. Then we do have, obviously, the last 2 monsters are the Dragoon package. Yeah, not much to say about that. It's the Dragoon package, guys. You know how good Dragoon is. It is a good card. For the Dragoon package, obviously we play the 1 Red Eyes Fusion, and we play 1 Magical Eyes Fusion. So not only Magical Eyes Fusion can get me another Dragoon, can also get you a Dark Paladin if you've got a Buster Blader in your grave with your Dark Magician. So that is actually the route I go for if I want to OTK someone, because it's actually just a lot better. It's like it gains 500 attack for every dragon in the on the field or in the grave, so yours as well. So it boosts up quite a lot. So for a card that I never saw, and when I did see it, it was useless. Triple Tactics Talent. Like, I got these because I play Rogue a lot. I don't really play meta. It's not really my thing. I understand, like, I have a few dinosaur videos, but I picked up dinosaurs when it was Rogue. I don't really play it very much now. Like, I think I played it this week for the first time since like September or something like that. Something crazy. But yeah, so Triple Tactics Talent, never see it. It is a good card. I used it recently in a different tournament, but every time in my Buster Blader deck, I don't actually get to use it, so I think I might actually take it out. But Triple Tactics Talent there. Like I said, I only had the 2 Nadir Servants, so I only played the 2. Like, this card is just broken. It's just broken. Not only can you get a dragon into grave if you're struggling to get one, if you have to resort to using the trap for prologue, this actually gets you search for Ecclesia, you can special Ecclesia, Ecclesia will search you Punishment or Flare for OTK or to control the game. So this card is crazy. No wonder it's being put to 1 in the OCG. Then, like I mentioned earlier, Whereafter, 3 of. Paying the 2k doesn't really happen, to be honest. Like, I don't know what other people's draws are like, but I always draw Adara and one of these, or Comfy and one of these. So I'm only going to normal summon my Whelp, so I don't have to pay the 2k. But it just search you for your Whelp mostly. Because I don't necessarily like using Jack in hand, because it gives my opponent like either a free summon or, well, I suppose it doesn't really matter if you've got the lock, but it just gives them a free summon, so it gives them other options, and I don't really like that. So I did play 1 Cooled By, because I find that Ash actually really hurts this deck. Like if you need one more piece, if you've got Buster in hand and you've just normal summoned your Whelp, you need another Destruction Sword card, and if they Ash that, you're kind of limited to what you can do. So Cooled By the Grave is really good to help you get your combos off. Play the 1 of Harpy's Feather Duster, just for the like one-off decks. Like, there's quite a few control decks at the moment, like Elder Liege and stuff like that at the time, so it just blows them out of the water. Then the Destruction Sword cards are run, or yeah. So I play 1 Destruction Swordsman Fusion. So it's just an easy way to discard one. This actually is also a Super Poly on their turn. So one person I did actually play was playing dragons. So I did all my plays, rather than going all the way to make the fusion, I just set this, and then when they first normal summoned, and then they summoned again, I just polyed away one of theirs. So broken. Like I said, I only play the 1 prologue because most of the time I'm just going to use to discard it. It's not necessary in this build. There were a couple of times I did have to resort to it just because my hands were bricky, but most of the time that's not what you want to be doing. Destruction Swordsman Memories is actually one that you want to use. This needs to be in your graveyard to make the fusion most of the time. You dump it from your Protector Whelp, and I'll explain that in just a moment. And then last one is Destruction Sword Flash. So this is actually a good one to send to the graveyard if you have everything else available to you, because you can banish this card and then negate the effect of a card and destroy a card that targets a Buster Blade or monster. So if they target your fusion, you can banish this to negate and destroy something. So that's actually pretty good. And obviously it can just bin off all their monsters if you control if you set it and you control the Buster Blade of fusion. So again, that is also pretty good. Then the last two, Dogmatika Punishment. I did actually manage to get the super rares whilst out in Bulgaria as well, if you can see. So absolutely buzzing about that. I think I actually have 5 of these now. Been playing a lot of tournaments as much as I possibly can. That's how you get better, right? Play. Yeah, those are the last 2 cards. I did play 2 tournaments in Bulgaria, and I only played the 1, and then I found that I needed the 2nd, so that was really helping out. Moving on into the extra deck, guys. So for our links, Link Rebo, we play a lot of ones. Like I said as well, sometimes I've had, because my hands were so bad, I had to resort to normal summon Whelp, search for Prologue, set this, set Prologue, and then GG's after that. Protector Whelp is actually like your main combo piece. You can actually send the Destruction Sword card, so you'd send Memories, and then summon Buster Blader, and then obviously you discard a card to bring back Whelp, make the Buster Dragon. Buster Dragon brings back all loads of crazy shenanigans. Then we've got one Verte Anaconda. So Verte Anaconda is also like just broken. Like it's just I see this card getting banned at some point because they don't seem to want to hit Dragoon, so I think they'll do this instead. Then we've got one Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. It's just a good way to just control the match even more, especially like if you have Maximus, Ecclesia, and Fleur. A couple of times, like someone had like a troublesome monster I couldn't get around, so I just linked those away into this, and then just banished the troubling monster. Then the Dear Servant, bring back Ecclesia. You know what I mean? Just it just went on like that. So Black BLS was a great addition. Then of course the only 2 synchros we play is Buster Dragon, and then we have 2 Buster Blader. So this turns everything into dragons. And what else people don't know is when you synchro this, if you don't control a Buster Blader monster, you can bring one back from the grave. So that's pretty broken. And then obviously in your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can attach a Destruction Sword card to the Buster Blader fusion. So that's actually going to come up in like another build that I'm doing. So this will actually get you extra deck lock. And then of course you've got Buster Blader. This negates all dragons on field. And then turns him into defense mode, and he does piercing. Gains 1,000 forever. It's just crazy, crazy. It's amazing that an old school deck is just so strong. Then of course 2 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Like this card is broken. This card is crazy. Pop 2, pop 2, and then just OTK normally. I mean, it's just crazy. Like what do you need? I mostly just use it because it's protection for my busters. Obviously, if you're gonna play the trap version, I would make this. Then I would wait until after to see if someone has like a Dark Ruler No More or something like that before you make the lock. But yeah, 2 Dragoon. 1 Paladin, like I mentioned earlier, it's really good for OTKs, like gains 500 attack for each dragon monster on the field or in the graveyard. And this is not a once per turn spell negation. Just as many cards as you have in your hand, you can negate that many spells. Like, that is pretty good. Then we've got... So this is what I was sending from the Dear Servant, just to like get follow-up, because obviously this gets you a search in the end phase and it's a dragon. So it was really good for like the prologue if I needed to, and then obviously it was getting me like my Maximus or something like that. Then the last 2 cards, this is what I was sending from Punishment, basically. It's 2 sends, basically. Destroy with Punishment and then send with this. So this card was actually pretty good, pretty broken. Obviously I did have an extra deck, but if I'm honest, I forgot it. I forgot it because it was so long ago, and I made a new build for What did I make a new build for? I made a new build. I'll play the trap version now. Well, I did. I'm gonna play the combo version again. There you go. So that's my busted bladed build. Sorry, there's gonna be like so many bits there. Like my dog was making noise and my missus was making noise. Like and you guys don't want to listen to what's going on in the background. But yeah, I actually think Busted Blader is gonna be a very good deck again. Potentially, if Dragon is gonna be so good, Dragon Link's gonna be so good again. You don't even need this. You just have to make this first turn, and you're Gucci. You're like laughing, absolutely crazy. So it's pretty simple to do as well to make that. To literally just make this is so easy. You just make your whelp, send the spell fusion, discard a card to add the fusion back, and then summon. Boom. Using your protect the whelp and your Buster Blader. Done. Now they can't activate effects. Easy. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.